Good afternoon, everybody. We are here live from the beautiful Centerville Bank Stadium that is fully accessible. Tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Hey everybody, my name is Tim Holmes. I'm the Director of Operations here at Centerville Bank Stadium. Really excited to be chatting with you today.
I am so excited. We had done a roll through. We went through the entire stadium, top to bottom. Tell everybody what that experience was like.
It was great for us, really. I mean, for everything that we've done here, the whole plan and endeavor has been to be inclusive for everybody, right? We want to make sure that the stadium is a safe, comfortable space for all of our guests, regardless of where they come from or what kind of mobility issues or sensory issues they may face. So we had a good idea of what we were doing right in the building, but it was really enlightening to be able to walk through and see with you what we had room for improvement on and where we can make slight changes to make everything a little bit more inclusive.
And to be honest, there wasn't many changes to be made. Tell everybody about your sensory room. This is one of the coolest things that they have here. Tell everybody about your sensory room.
Sure. Yeah. So we're partnered with an organization called Culture City, and they provide resources to facilities like this to be able to support guests and individuals with sensory response issues. So anybody who may have PTSD sensory response concerns, or any folks with autism sensory response concerns. So what they do is they provide facilities like this with some resource to be able to support that. So we have sensory bags that can be checked out at our fan services tent at the main gate that will have headphones for folks who would like to quiet things down a little bit. There are also communication tools in those bags. So if anybody has any verbal hindrances, they can use those cards to communicate with whoever is in their party. They also have fidget toys in there for anyone who might need to take a little bit of a break from a sensory standpoint. I do too. And then this year we're really thrilled to be partnered with them in the extent that we have a sensory room. So the sensory room is a quiet place right on the concourse. There are, again, some sensory tools in there, fidget tools, games, nice lighting, comfortable seating. It's just a place to be able to go and reset a little bit. And that space is open to any fan at any time throughout any event here in the building.
And it's amazing. It's a great space, and it's fully wheelchair accessible. Your bathrooms are fully accessible. You have a few of them. But we even toured the press box, and I could even get into the press box, which was pretty cool to me because I've never had the opportunity of being in the press box. So if there was anybody like me who wanted to, do press or do news, that is fully open. And we went right down to the locker rooms. Tell everybody a little bit about that the seating at every level has accessibility.
It does, yeah. And like I said, it's been a really important piece of this project for us to make sure that we are inclusive for everybody. So we tout to everyone that there's not a bad seat in the house, but it's important that all those great seats are available to everyone that wants to come join us. So most of our seats are in our lower bowl section. We do have accessible seating in every corner of the building for those seats, as well as, like you said, up in the press box, as well as our premium spaces. Here we are in our hospitality club. This is a fully accessible area from the restrooms to the food areas and the bars. We also have accessible access points to our beer garden where people can order food and beverages. So we did try very hard to make sure that we thought of every detail when it comes to being accessible for all fans.
I love that. I don't drink and drive because that's really bad, and I'm always driving. But, we always have that thing. But it is. You guys have gone really above and beyond with accessibility here. I could even get onto the fields.
Mm-hmm.
It's no matter what you have or what event you have, it's fully accessible for all fans. You went above to the quiet spaces. Now, I mean, we're going to talk about nothing is 100% accessible. So we have a couple of things where some of the individual bathrooms, the doors go in instead of out, which is still usable. We talked about going into the marketplaces, just simply reorganizing the way you display the food makes it more accessible for everybody. So there isn't a space in here that I can say, I absolutely cannot go to.
Right.
And that's what makes it so inclusive and so fun. So now let's get on to the fun stuff.
Sure.
Talk about some of the things that are going on, like some of the other ways that we're going to be using this space other than, for the great team.
Yeah, of course. So we've been busy since day one. We opened the doors to this facility on May 3rd for our first home soccer match. And since then, we've had about 25 other events in addition to an additional 6 soccer matches that we've hosted here in the building. So we're doing anything from soccer games from a professional standpoint to club tournaments out on the field. We've hosted women's rugby. We have the men's championship rugby game here next weekend. So we're a very busy facility. We'll host football games, soccer, obviously, lacrosse. We'll continue to host rugby games. We'll use anything that we can or any piece of this building that we can to support any needs anybody has.
That is incredible. I think the fire alarms are going off at the moment. We're going to ignore them until we're told that we need to leave, but we're good right now.
Yep.
But Little Birdie told me that you might be doing concerts here somewhere down the
We'll
road.
host concerts here, yes. So we're very excited to be able to put a stage on this field right behind me. And we can host up to about 16, 17,000 people for a concert, depending on how much room we have on the field for standing room or seating.
Now, how cool is that? Little State and Little Pawtucket, we're going to be holding these big concerts, hopefully with some big name.
Yeah.
People coming right here to a place that's fully accessible. Talk about your ticketing. How accessible is your ticketing?
So all of our ticketing is online. We do have a box office here at the facility that people can walk up to a window or roll up to a window and purchase tickets. But we do 99% of our tickets online through SeatGeek for all of our soccer games. When we have third-party events or rentals for events such as the rugby or things like that, those clients may choose to handle ticketing on their own, in which case it would just be a pass-through link on our website to have a platform they utilize.
And that'll all be accessible. Like you'll be able to go online and order accessible seating right online.
Oh, absolutely.
So that is incredible because that's something that you don't see at a lot of places where you can do that. But you guys are incredible. Anything else that you want people to know and why they should utilize this space or how they could utilize this space?
Really just know that we're here to support every fan. So anybody who comes in this building, we want to hear from them, we want to welcome them, and we want to support them however we're able to. So if anybody comes to the stadium and has any questions at all, we have an amazing fan services team that's here for every event. We have a great group of managers and leaders in the building that are always happy to speak to anybody who has any queries. So just come on in and say hello. We'd be happy to see them.
And we're very excited that we just found out today that Chip will be at Accessibility Beautiful on the 26th. So we're very excited about that. So you can come down and learn a little bit more at our event because we want to be great partners. We want to do like networking events here. And how does somebody go about renting this space out for maybe their nonprofit or for their business to utilize this space?
Yeah, so right on our website, there is a link where you can fill out a form to inquire about private rentals. All of those planning processes would be handled by our event sales manager, Alex Eldridge, and she'd be happy to hear from anybody who's interested in touching base about hosting an event.
And she's absolutely fantastic to work with. Let me just tell you, she is amazing.
Yeah.
So there's so much you can do. This stadium is going to be great for everybody. There's so many ways to utilize it, and it's fully accessible. That is the most important part. They're actually getting their ramp stamp of approval today, and we are very excited because they are our first stadium ever to be able to get something like this. What does that mean to you to be the first to be fully accessible?
It's a great honor, and honestly, we're very proud of it. But we know to never stop continuing to better ourselves for everybody in the community. So this is just one small piece of what we can do to help everybody who wants to come through these doors. And we hope that this is not the end of it. It's
Oh, this is definitely not the end of it because now that you have this, you're stuck with us. So we will
right.
be calling in, we will be checking in, we will be coming down. We will be hopefully be doing partner events because this is incredible to have a space this accessible for everybody to use. So we thank you so much for all that
Yes.
you do.
Yeah.
And come on down to the stadium. Give everybody the website.
Yeah, so it's www.rhodeislandfc.com, and there will be links there directly to our stadium website, which will be up shortly. Centerville Bank Stadium here in Pawtucket.
And if you didn't get any of that, reach out to me and I will make sure I connect you with all the right people. But they will be, every time you come to the stadium now, look for the ramp stamp of approval because they have received it and we are so proud that they have our very first stadium. Thank you for all that
Thank you so much. Glad to have you
Thank you.
today.